Our company has reviewed several incidents over the last decade and concluded that certain activities have a higher risk of fatality. Accordingly, a set of fatal risk controls have been developed to set out our company's minimum requirements when performing these activities. Samancor Chrome fully supports this initiative, and this DVD is provided to you as a summary and quick reference to the fatal risk control protocols. It is your responsibility as an employee and/or contractor to ensure that these minimum requirements are adhered to. My expectation is that we'll do everything humanly possible to eliminate fatalities from our operations. This is one of a few focused initiatives we have embarked on to ensure we achieve our objective of zero harm.
A review of our fatalities and significant incidents over the past 10 years has identified a series of key fatal risks to our people. These are risks that require the development of sound practices to eliminate fatalities and incidents that could, in slightly different circumstances, cause fatalities. The protocols require certain expectations from you, the employee or contractor, to manage these risks. The fatal risk control protocols are: light vehicles, surface mobile equipment, hazardous materials management, molten materials management, equipment safeguarding, isolation, working at heights, underground mobile equipment, and underground ground control. Light vehicles have contributed to a significant number of fatalities at BHP Billiton. The main contributing factors were speeding, failure to wear a seatbelt, and driver fatigue. Light vehicles entering our plant shall have the following minimum safety features: seat belts for all passengers, a horn, effective windscreen wipers, rollover protection for all four-wheel drive vehicles, cargo barriers and load restraints, a two-way radio communication where the vehicle is operated on heavy vehicles roads in a mine site with a permanent radio communication system, high visibility color, reflective taping, a first aid kit, and a fire extinguisher. The following distance from slag carriers is 30 meters. Remember, slag carriers have the right of way. The objective of this protocol is to ensure that the surface mobile equipment is maintained and operated in a safe manner. The intent is to eliminate or minimize the risk of fatalities, injuries, and incidents arising from the use of surface mobile equipment such as dumpers, road sweepers, operators, a hard hat, safety glasses, a site overall, gloves, and safety shoes will be required. All drivers entering the premises will attend the general induction provided by the security. They will also familiarize themselves with this traffic management plan before entering the plant. Only drivers with valid driver permits issued by an accredited third party or those with an internal driver's license will be allowed to drive in the plant. This protocol applies to all hazardous materials in one or more of the following forms: solid, liquid, or gas. These chemicals have the potential to harm employees, the community, and the environment. When working with hazardous chemical substances, it is important to keep the following in mind. What type of hazardous chemicals are you or could you potentially be exposed to? How hazardous is the substance? For example, could it be fatal within a few seconds, and at what concentrations could it be fatal? What is the route of entry? This means, in what way could you be exposed to the substance? Is it via inhalation, ingestion, or through the skin? What should I do to prevent exposure to these substances? Always wear the correct PPE when working with hazardous chemical substances or when working in a dusty or gaseous area. Multi-material management has contributed to a number of fatalities at chrome facilities in the past and requires specialized management equipment, processes and competencies. The causes and contributing factors to these incidents have been inappropriate moisture levels in ladles, water and metal contact, equipment failure due to heat, loss of control during ladle movement, lack of personnel access control. Therefore, hot metal and slag are regarded as one of the highest risks on our premises. The following rules apply to our site. When driving in the The purpose of this fatal risk control protocol is to identify and minimize or manage the risks associated with hazardous moving machine parts. Unguarded machinery can be very dangerous and result in serious injury. Be on the lookout for the following hazardous conditions with regards to equipment safeguarding. All nip points or rotating equipment. Examples are gears and pulleys. Large moving parts that cannot be guarded by means of machine guards. Overhead conveyors. Conveyors, head, tail and snub pulleys. V-drives and chain drives. Rotating cams, gears or shafts. No or inadequate fail to safe switches. It is therefore essential to establish a routine lockout system whilst installation, maintenance or cleaning and construction operations are in progress. Systems that are required to be locked out include the following: electrically driven machinery and or electrical installations, mechanically driven machinery, pressurized gases and liquids, and explosives. Before you are required to perform isolation, why do we have a fatal risk control protocol on working at heights? Falls from height have resulted in several fatalities on our sites in the past. Falls from height can result in serious injury, even from as low as sitting or standing on a footstool or a chair. Skull fractures can result from fall impact or impacting while swinging from a harness during a fall arrest. Objects dropped from a height can hurt persons below in the working area. Tools, parts, etc. can become lethal projectiles. What must I do when working at height?
This is a communication book between day and night shift. What happens is the day shift, on day shift we blast. The miner will come out, he will report in this book where he did blast. If there's any unsafe places, he will report it and he will sign it off. Night shift will come, they will read it, see where they have to clean, and at the end of the night shift, he will come, take the book, report where it's clean, and if there's any unsafe place, he will report it. We have a LHD checklist, which has been filled in by the driver on a day and night shift, and also a daily performance log of the LHD driver, and it's been done on day and night shift as well.